air. Gold bells shining, they all dare. Tougher, fists held high. Warriors fight till the night says die. FWE, where battles divine. Every broken bone, all by design. Chained to the thrill, they let it be. This ain't a game, it's FWE. FWE, where battles define. Every broken bone, all by design. Chained to the thrill, they let it be. This ain't a game, it's FWE. Oh, FWE with FWE. Oh, FWE with FWE. FWE, where battles define. Every broken bone, all by design. Chained to the thrill, they let it be. This ain't a game, it's FWE.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's episode of FWE Extra, the first FWE Extra of 2026. As I'm Seth Cole, alongside of Jack Mitchell, we welcome you inside of the Fantasy Dome. And Jack, we're wrapping up some loose ends for 2025 as we look ahead towards joining our colleagues from YEW at our upcoming PLE of Resistance.
I cannot wait to be there at Resistance with Michael Norman and Kyle Matthews. But of course, we got, as you mentioned, some loose ends to wrap up, and it starts off with Black Widow taking on Wonder Woman.
Of course, this goes back to just before the holiday special we had on Christmas Day. We saw the attack with a steel chair by Black Widow on Wonder Woman that eventually led to a tag team match. We saw these two be two of the participants in that fatal four-way Iron Woman match on Christmas Day. But we've yet to see these two go one-on-one as Wonder Woman wants her hands on Black Widow and she wants her solely to herself.
There's all kinds of chaos leading up to that matchup, but Black Widow, of course, now gets Wonder Woman one-on-one, and I have to feel like if you're Wonder Woman, you've wanted a shot at redemption as well.
The interesting thing about all of this, if we go back to that attack with a steel chair, is we saw Wonder Woman inserted into that fatal four-way hardcore title match, but we don't really still know what the agenda, what the initiative even was of that attack on Black Widow, so not sure what's going through the mind of Natasha Romanoff, but maybe we'll get some an idea of it here in this matchup or maybe in the future here. Whatever the case, obviously there was an agenda, and we'll see if Black Widow can follow up on it.
Yeah, the fact that we are having a one-on-one matchup between these two could be quite revealing. We should maybe get some answers right here, right now. Of course, those won't be verbal answers. Those will be in the form of kicks, punches, etc.
Both of these women, former holders of the Women's Hardcore Championship. To my knowledge, we've never seen them actually face off against each other in a one-on-one matchup here.
Ooh, big scoop slam right into the cover goes Wonder Woman. Kick out of one.
Immediately goes for that cover there. Not going to put Black Widow away. You're not going to put Wonder Woman away this early on. We always talk about the psychological warfare with that early cover in the very beginning hours of a matchup.
Can really get inside your opponent's head if you're able to get a quick cover on them. And now just the repeated stomps into the ring mat from Wonder Woman to Black Widow. Or other way around, my bad.
Black Widow having to use her speed or athleticism here in this matchup. Got to watch out for those stiff kicks and punches. Of course, trained in the Red Room in Russia. Black Widow going to have to avoid Wonder Woman's power game that we've seen on display so many times. Wonder Woman, a two-time hardcore champion. Last time she held the title, here's a cover by Black Widow right out of the gate, and a kick out at one. Last time we saw Wonder Woman hold the women's hardcore title was when she defeated Jessica Shelton just a few days removed from Paramount inside of a steel cage.
Wonder Woman, also a former Women's Universal Champion. Of course, she had the belt before it was called that, and of course, she only had the belt for a short amount of time before she was cashed in on by Elizabeth Swann.
Black Widow with boots to the chest area. Look at this. Reversal by Wonder Woman. Might have been going for a roll-up, but I believe Black Widow may have been able to roll through that pin attempt. Doesn't roll through that.
Slam.
Alabama slammed by Wonder Woman, and now Wonder Woman in control.
Alabama slam was dangerous, but got distracted, did Wonder Woman for a few moments, and now Black Widow going up top. The fly, the knee drop connects.
Springboard moonsault comes up empty. Now Wonder Woman looks to hit the big splash in the center of the ring and does. You kind of think about the tail end of 2026 here for Black Widow. We've already documented, was in the conversation for the women's hardcore title, but there was a point as well where she was trying to get into the Women's Universal Championship picture. She was involved in that fatal four-way with Elizabeth Swann, Moana, and Poison Ivy. Came up short in that bout.
I mentioned the cash-in earlier, but that was all the way back at Sugar Rush. I feel like maybe she wants another shot at that title without having to worry about anybody holding the briefcase.
Wonder Woman out on her feet, having to use the ropes to at least get back to a vertical base, and immediately dropped with a clothesline to the back of the neck. Now vice grip here by Wonder Woman, using that power, trying to maybe find a nerve there that can take away the feeling in one's neck. That would be a submission move there. It normally doesn't put people away. Well, the only person I could think of that potentially could be would be Black Widow's tag team partner, Shuri.
We're going to intercept herself in this matchup? Oh my goodness.
Shuri, to your point, making her presence felt. Referee's not looking in this direction. Now he is.
Oh my goodness, Ernest Wright again.
The press slam by Black Widow, unbeknownst to Ernest Wright. Wonder Woman is out. Black Widow doesn't look like she even had the strength to capitalize on the situation, and this is not the first time we've seen Ernest Wright easily distracted and not seen something that should have been a disqualification. Now Black Widow trying to take advantage.
I mean, we've seen that all the time, it feels like, as of late, especially in that one matchup where Jasmine got herself involved repeatedly. And you see that it didn't. The interference of Shuri didn't win the match, but it was all Wonder Woman, or it was all Black Widow needed to get right back on the offense. But now we're gonna have a slugfest in the middle of the ring.
We're still trying to figure out the animosity between these two. I mean, I guess we could kind of make a case for Wonder Woman, who is on the receiving end of that chair attack, but we still don't really know why Black Widow initiated the T attack in the first place. We saw it carry over into that fatal four-way match on Christmas Day, and a spinning forearm into the jaw. Wonder Woman's lights may be out, able to get out at one.
That's early. For how long this matchup has gone, that feels a little bit early. Black Widow may be feeling the effects a little bit of that springboard moonsault, despite the fact that it connected. Now a big clothesline.
That was a nice move by Black Widow. I think that Wonder Woman might have been setting up for a power bomb there, was not able to hit the midsection kick, and now sharpshooter right in the center of the ring, nowhere for Wonder Woman to go.
She cannot escape, but it looks like Black Widow actually decided to let go.
Karate-like kicks right up in the chest region, maybe into the chin, and that's going to be enough to do it. You got to think maybe that sharpshooter wore Wonder Woman down enough.
Can't say that Shuri's interference in this matchup, though, did her any favors, but Carson Gum is going to take on Levi McIntyre coming up next here on FWE Extra.
Break down the walls for those about to rock and walk and watch you want. Baby, you know you Judas, and I'm your priest. Baby, what I got is not from the least. Bring it through the stage in the rage of a beast. Step in the arena and break the wall down. Step in the arena and break the wall down. You know I got ya. Yeah, I'm waking from a deep sleep. You're
welcome you back here inside the FWA Fantasy Dome. And Jack, you and I just moments ago with what that promo was there. I mean, kind of both had the same puzzled looks on her face. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's a message sent out by RJ Bishop, but to break the code, if you will, are we to assume that RJ Bishop, who won that 30-man All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal back on Christmas Day, is going to invoke his Christmas wish tonight?
I have a feeling that's exactly what that message is telling us. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled and see what goes down here.
Again, RJ has the right.
Making his way to the ring from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 230 pounds, the Cruiserweight Champion, the Fireman.
Didn't want to cut off our ring announcer Mike Rome there, but you know, RJ, he's got the opportunity to pretty much invoke anything that he wants. I mean, in the case that we see right here, Carson Gum making his way to the ring, the Wayfinder Cruiser Championship. Or champion, do we see RJ maybe declare for that title or something? I mean, we don't know. There's so many options that RJ's got at his disposal right now. We do know that at least for the women's side, that Christmas wish was cashed in on back at Saturday at Springfield by Cruella DeVille, where she came up short against Poison Ivy for the Women's Universal Championship.
RJ can do whatever he wants, basically whenever he wants it. It's almost like a Money in the Bank contract, but not quite the same.
And his opponent from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 290 pounds, the Machine McIntyre.
Well, as we draw back to what went down this past Thursday night, I want to talk about not one, but two McIntyres. Let's first talk about the War Machine, Levi McIntyre, making his way to the ring. It was a triple threat match, an eliminator match, involving Levi McIntyre, Carson Gum, and Shaggy Rogers. Levi McIntyre would come out victorious as he would force Shaggy Rogers to tap out to the sleeper hold. But to that point, he did not pin or submit the champion. That's why we are running it back again here tonight. If Levi can pin or submit Carson, certainly that would elevate him up to #1 contendership status for the Cruiserweight title. But talking about another McIntyre we've already been documenting here these last couple of weeks, in a few short weeks, on January 22nd, we are going to join our colleagues at YEW for an open door YEW versus FWE roster PLE at Resistance. And we have been told that one of the matchups we will see is the Wayfinder Cruiser Champion Carson Gum taking on the YEW World Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre.
That is going to be something. And we talk a lot about the deceptive strength from Carson Gum. He doesn't look like the biggest guy out there, but we've seen him toss around a bunch of larger competitors than him before. Now he takes on a real heavyweight in Drew McIntyre.
Going to be incredible for sure. We are still compiling that card for the PLE. We know that Michael Norman has already declared he'll be taking on Tony D'Angelo, a leader of one family gets another leader of a family, is kick out at 1 there by Carson. Levi with the early cover on the champion. Non-title match, but an opportunity to get right into the forefront of the title picture for the War Machine.
Absolutely. As you said, we're removing that cloud of doubt as there's a massive double axe handle from the top rope to the outside of the ring. Like you mentioned, Levi able to get the win in that triple threat eliminator match, but did not pin or submit the champion. So that question of does he truly deserve to be in the title picture, that question will get answered right here tonight.
Sure to join us on the upcoming next 2 episodes that we've got. We've got next Thursday, FWE. Next Saturday, a week from tonight, our next episode of FWE Extra. That will lead us into Resistance, so we will continue to keep you aware as that card continues to be put together. Referee Ernest Wright already at a count of 5 here. Not really sure what would go on if there's a double count out between these two.
I feel like you'd maybe have to run it back with a stipulation of some sort. I mean, I feel like if there's even a single count out, I mean, I'm not really sure what that would do for the title picture, because again, that would mean Carson would not, or Levi would not have pinned or submitted the champion.
Levi
9
is going
count.
to get in. Whoo, that was close. Carson nearly got a count out victory over Levi McIntyre. As soon as Levi comes in, he's met with a reverse DDT.
Carson was in the ring first, and he was just waiting for Levi to work his way back in there before hitting him with that move. Now has him up against the ropes.
Think about this. Carson's got to consider himself lucky because last Thursday night, if that had been a title match, Levi would be the new Cruiserweight champion. Carson was not involved in that pinfall or submission decision at all.
That's the brutal thing about a triple threat match, a fatal four-way. Carson into the cover here. Hold that thought.
Oh, Levi kicks out at 2 after the slam by Carson Gum. You documented it, the deceptive strength of Carson. I mean, you look at Levi McIntyre's physique, I mean, you would certainly think that the strength advantage would go his way, but we've seen Carson Gum take on bigger individuals than himself. Case in point, Hagrid for the opportunity to fight Harry Potter at Paramount for the Cruiserweight Championship. These two may not necessarily look like it, but might be on equal footing in terms of their strength ability. Wow, what a German suplex there by Levi McIntyre, and follows it up with the lariat clothesline. It turned Carson Gum completely inside out. This gonna be enough to be the #1 contender? No.
Not quite there just yet, but Levi McIntyre putting on a heck of a show nonetheless.
Oh boy.
This
Could be the beginning of the end.
Seen him use that move all the time before. Instead, he's thinking about the sleeper hold.
This is how he tapped out Shaggy Thursday night. Can he force the champion Carson Gum to tap out?
I think he released the hold, and Carson gonna roll to the outside of the ring. Take a bit of a breath.
They have suckered Levi in there as he hits a back body drop there onto the floor.
Levi, though, gonna shove his head right into the ring apron and now has him up again.
Levi McIntyre is successful tonight and gets himself a future title shot against Carson Gum. It would be Carson's 3rd title defense since winning the belt. Defeating Harry Potter in a rematch after winning the title. He also defeated Kyle Matthews at Fallout, and going to go back and forth trading blows here in the center of the ring. Honestly, at this point in time, I'm not sure if either one would be able to gain an advantage in this exchange. Both have dealt out and received quite a tremendous amount of punishment.
I'm not really sure you could say one is really dominating the other in this matchup.
Shot maybe to the throat there by Levi McIntyre. What's the word I'm looking for? Staggered Carson. Having my own little personal glitch here.
You could say it eventually. I've been there before. It's all good. A reversal though by Carson, trying to get right back on the offensive here. Has Levi up, down onto the knee, wearing out that back, that spine area. This is brutal.
Almost a bow and arrow type submission there. Not a tap out submission, but to your point, wearing the opponent down. And if you work on that lower back, you could take away a lot of the core strength that Levi McIntyre brings to the game. Oh,
Levi
gosh!
Able to intercept that shot, and now a big clothesline.
Carson misses his clothesline. Levi will follow up with a back body drop. And now a big slam from Levi. Cover in to be the new #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. And again, Carson finds a way to slip out at 2.
This has been a heck of a matchup so far, but now Levi has Carson in position.
Wondered if you might be going for the sleeper again, but instead, package pile driver. That has got to do it.
That has to be it.
Cover is in by the War Machine, and he will pin the champion. Levi McIntyre for sure now has got to have himself solidified as #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Absolutely.
Hold the firm! We talked about him earlier tonight. He's taking on Carson Gum at Resistance. It's Drew McIntyre from YEW.
Wow.
And he just took out both Levi and Carson.
He's going to make his presence known, attacks both of the competitors in this matchup. I don't think we saw that one coming at all.
Well, the door's not completely open, but it may have opened a crack. Drew McIntyre makes his presence felt here in FWE. We'll be right back after this. Well, we certainly got ourselves a bit of a precursor of what to expect on January 22nd at our upcoming PLE of Resistance. We just moments ago saw our first ever YEW wrestler make an appearance in the Fantasy Dome.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Long Island, New York, the Women's Cruiserweight Champion, the Surfer, Susan Storm.
We saw just moments ago Drew McIntyre take out the individual he will face on the FWE roster at Resistance, Carson Gum, as well as Levi McIntyre, who was involved in the previous matchup. But as we shift gears, as we saw Levi McIntyre establish himself as #1 contender for the Men's Cruiserweight Championship, we're running back a matchup from Thursday night for a title opportunity here on the women's side in the Cruiserweight division.
Saw Katniss Everdeen come out victorious in the matchup she had with Susan Storm.
Representing the Anarchists from another time, Catherine Hamrick.
But an interesting thing too that she's coming out with her tag team partner Ellie.
Well, it was that inaugural matchup to be the very first Cozy Cone Cruiserweight Champion back at
There's a Fallout.
Fallout. Yep, for some reason I was stuck with Mortal Kombat in my head, knew that wasn't correct. Back at Fallout, Ellie was a part of that, along with Susan Storm. But we ended up seeing, as you said, Katniss was able to come out victorious. One would have to assume maybe some strategy, maybe a little bit of a playbook, courtesy of Ellie on what to expect. And here tonight now, out to help support her tag team partner of the Anarchists. And we have been told here tonight, if Katniss can pick up another victory against Susan Storm, she will get an opportunity at the Cozy Cone Cruiserweight Championship on the following episode of FWE, following the Resistance PLE. I believe that would be on January 29th. So big opportunity here for Katniss, who up to this point has only held one other title here in FWE for a short stint, the Female Fighting Championship.
Again, a bit more of the mind games. The fact that she's in this matchup with Ellie at ringside. Ellie wasn't at ringside in the first matchup that these two had this past Thursday, but she's here tonight. And she had a steel chair for a moment as well.
I mean, there are countouts and disqualifications in this matchup here. This is a normal one-on-one, so Ellie's got to be careful not to cost her tag team partner this opportunity here.
I think I just saw her rip one of the top turnbuckle pads off.
You know, I think one of the biggest surprises for us this past Thursday night is how Katniss into a cover here on Susan Storm and kick out at 1 is, you know, we end up seeing Susan Storm defeat not 1, not 2, but 3 other women inside of a steel cage back at Fallout to be able to be the inaugural Cruiserweight champion here in the women's division. Thursday night, one-on-one matchup, it was pretty one-sided for Katniss.
I feel like Susan Storm definitely going to want to try and get more of the matchup going in her favor this time. But again, it doesn't help that Katniss has her tag team partner Ellie with her in this matchup. Speaking of tag teams, we also can't go that long without talking about the seismic change we had in the women's tag team picture as well. We saw Disney Strong Style make an impromptu challenge for the Women's Disney Tag Team Championships. The Disney Queens, Rapunzel and Belle, accepted the challenge, and the titles changed hands. And we saw how many teams that were ineligible to compete for those titles all of a sudden are eligible as of right now.
Team Let It Go, Mystery Incorporated, Daughters of Thanos, to your point, now all can be eligible to fight for the tag team titles again, as they were in effect shut out, losing an eliminator match to the then champion Disney Queens.
They did not even go into the night thinking that they would have a title defense. They ended up accepting it, but that's the risk you take when you immediately took the title fight. Hold up.
Small package roll up here by Susan Storm. Tried to play possum against Katniss, and Katniss able to fight out of it there.
Finish that point real fast. Yeah, they went into that match that night not expecting a title match, but you got to be ready as the champion for just about anything. And I have no problem admitting I didn't follow my own advice when Holt cashed in on me, but at the same time, it still holds true. Always got to be prepared for whatever may come around the corner.
All of a sudden, the tides have turned in this matchup. That big boot to the outside by Susan Storm currently has her in control. And, you kind of think about it here. Hold on, back elbow there by Katniss. Drops the champion. Oh, almost picked up another pinfall victory against Susan Storm. But I was going to mention in the case of Susan, not only maybe trying to take Katniss out of the conversation for #1 contendership, but maybe trying to prove something to herself as well. Does not, says, okay, you got me on one term here. You got me with one pinfall. I'm not going to allow you to get another, but in danger here, setting up here for, hits the razor's edge.
That could be all she wrote in this one.
Is this going to be an opportunity for Katniss to fight for the Cruiserweight Championship? Indeed it will.
I think to your point, Seth, the doubt must be creeping up inside the mind of Susan Storm. She has the title belt, but she's been pinned twice now ever since winning it.
Twice in the last 72 hours by the same individual. And as a result of that, it is official. Write it in permanent marker. Episode 34, January 29th, we're going to get Katniss versus Susan Storm for the Cruiserweight Championship. Up next, it's a monster of a main event.
Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, ring. Sing the mix and all his reindeers pulling on the reins. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. So hang your stockings and say your prayers.
Making his way to the ring, accompanied by the Saint, Nicholas! Representing the Burger Business from parts unknown, weighing in at 228 pounds.
Well, I don't know about you. I mean, the Easter Bunny creeps me out to begin with, but when you see those eyes emerge from that green smoke, it made my skin crawl a little bit.
A little unsettling. I'm not going to say that if we were in the ring one-on-one, I'd be necessarily afraid of that challenge anymore. But I will say this, it does prove a little bit interesting here that Santa is in the building as well. And, we got that promo earlier in the night from RJ Bishop suggesting that before we were done here tonight, he was going to reveal to us what his Christmas wish is going to be.
Glad you remembered. I'd completely forgotten about all that.
Man, there's been a lot going on here tonight. Black Widow with the victory over Wonder Woman. Levi McIntyre cementing himself as the #1 contender for Carson Gumb's Cruiserweight Championship. And of course, they were both attacked by Drew McIntyre after the matchup. Katniss Everdeen cementing herself as the #1 contender.
Representing the Dangerous Alliance from New York, weighing in at 600 pounds. the Men's World Champion,
Hulk winning the Tri-Wizard Championship. Successfully defended it back at Fallout. We can, of course, continue to say he got the assist there from Thanos.
He
Yeah, I'm
did.
sorry to keep repeating that there, but it's my job, obviously. I'm sorry. I know
I get it.
The wounds are still fresh. But Hulk
Get it.
has been trying to kind of prove himself here week after week, maybe find a new #1 contender. We saw him take on the Titan and Thanos last week, was successful in that matchup. Tonight takes on the Easter Bunny. I mean, maybe trying to search for a future opponent. Can you imagine if we ended up having Tri-Wizard Championship on the line, Hulk and the Easter Bunny? I mean, who in the heck would have had that on their bingo card?
I mean, that would be an insane matchup to watch for sure. I would love to focus on the Tri-Wizard Championship once again. Of course, though, I've got to deal with Thanos, and as has been mentioned in the past, I'm going to get that 2 out of 3 falls match coming up on our show next week. So
Yep, next Thursday night.
the focus is on justice for the time being. But I will say this, of all the people that have been attacking me or confronting me or whatever it may be, who may have it out for me, I feel like Hulk is the one that I have the most respect for, because at the end of the day, that's what you're supposed to do with the Money in the Bank contract. You're supposed to wait until there's a vulnerable moment for the champion, and I was gassed. I was so focused on giving punishment to Dylan Young that I didn't even think about the Money in the Bank contract, so Hulk got me when I wasn't ready for it.
Both Hulk and Elizabeth Swan, who were the very first Money in the Bank briefcase holders when they cashed in their briefcase contracts, emerged successful. Elizabeth Swan went on to be one of the longest, well, the longest at this point, reigning women's world champions in FWE. Hulk looking for a lengthy title reign in his own right, and consider this as well, we're only a few short months away. I believe we're about a little over 2 months away before we're going to be determining new holders of those briefcases when we eventually get to the Power Up PLE.
Yeah, of course, Power Up going to be the new name, new theme for our briefcases there. That'll be on, I believe, March 19th of 2026. So join us then as we find out who will be the next people to hold those guaranteed opportunities at title matches.
Remember us talking about back on Christmas Day during that 30-man All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal. There were a lot of individuals we haven't seen in some time here in an FWE ring. Easter Bunny and Santa Claus of the Hurt Business being 2 of those individuals. Be a big opportunity here for the Easter Bunny if he can pick up a victory against the Hulk to bring himself right back into the spotlight here in the Fantasy Dome.
It's not just the size that scares me, it's the speed. He was able to pull off that float over move without, and just you see the size of this guy. Nobody that size should be able to pull off that kind of move.
Well, he is a rabbit, so he does hold the record here in FWE for the highest vertical jump, no surprise.
I think that makes sense. I mean, I was able to jump over Thanos once, though, to be fair, so anything's possible.
Yeah, but you don't have ears like he does.
No. I think those ears would definitely help a lot in the
I've seen you back in catering, too. You're not a vegetarian.
Oh, look out, Ernest, right.
Backstabber by the Easter Bunny on Hulk. And now pinpoint dropkick to the side of the head. You kind of consider as well the last couple of individuals that Hulk has taken on. Thanos just about equal, if maybe not a little bit taller than Hulk. You kind of look at Easter Bunny and Hulk next to each other, pretty similar in size as well. Hulk's been taking on some big individuals here. He's not pussyfooting around, not going after smaller individuals that he'd have a strength advantage on. He's kind of going on an equal base in terms of strength here in these challenges.
Cover is in by the Easter Bunny and a kick out at 2. He almost got the job done early in this one. Yeah, to your point, Hulk is definitely not shying away from the larger competitors. Now another cover from the Easter Bunny.
Cover is in, and I thought that was it. The ref hand was so close to hitting the mat for 3. You can see Santa on the outside. He thought it was 3. I think we may call that an upset if Easter Bunny was able to defeat Hulk here tonight. And you brought it up here before the bell rang. I mean, time's ticking. We ended up kind of getting that cryptic message in a promo earlier on tonight. RJ Bishop plans to invoke his Christmas wish here tonight.
Got a little too close to the ropes, and the Easter Bunny dragged him out of the ring.
He did indeed. Now this fight going to take place on the outside.
Oh,
We'll have to see if Santa Claus gets involved here. I mean, that would be a disqualification, but I don't know. With referee Ernest Wright's eyesight the last couple of weeks, I don't know if he would necessarily see any interference.
it's a non-title match, so it wouldn't really have that much of an impact on things as they
Well,
stand. But
it wouldn't, but I mean, if you end up, costing the Easter Bunny a match here, where he, let's say later on down the road in this matchup, he ends up getting a pinfall or submission that could put him into the title picture, that could cost him in the future.
that's very true.
Referee at a count of 6 here. Both individuals close to the ring, although, whoa, float over DDT here by the Easter Bunny. Looked like Santa Claus was trying to buy Easter Bunny a little bit of time there with a distraction.
They gotta get in the ring. Our referee's at a
Oh,
count
look
of
out,
8.
Santa.
Look at him backing away. Hulk, don't lose focus. Oh, we got a 9 count before he got back in the ring.
Athleticism there of the Easter Bunny. Airplane head scissors, cover in.
Another
Look at
cover.
him. Look at him wrap that arm. Make sure it wasn't close to the ropes. Very smart ring awareness there by the Easter Bunny, but not enough to put Hulk away.
Easter Bunny might be setting up for something in the corner.
Oh!
Oh! Hulk
Hulk.
knew it too.
Side steps. Easter Bunny ate a face full of turnbuckle. Deep arm drag though.
Those
And
turnbuckles
Easter Bunny
definitely
continues to roll.
They definitely don't taste like carrots, I'll tell you that much.
Ooh, misses the leg drop.
Went for the Hurricane Rana though and connected. Hulk was in all kinds of trouble.
Oh, he went for that high
Oh.
vertical drop kick. Hulk sidesteps, hoists him up, and down for the power bomb. To put the Easter Bunny away, is that going to be enough? No, Easter Bunny kicks out before 1.
And Ernest Wright took a little bit of time there trying to double check and make sure. They were awfully close to the ropes right there. I couldn't quite tell, but I think that he was just about an inch or so away from having his hand underneath the ropes.
I was going to ask, what about ears? If an ear's under the rope, does that count as a,
I
as
don't
a
think
rope
we
break?
I don't think we have such a thing as an ear break.
Okay, just double checking. Go behind neck breaker by the Easter Bunny. Hulk down again.
Fighting out of that hold.
Irish whip into the corner, back elbow reversal by Hulk. It's been back and forth between these two. It seems like each one's had an answer for the other. Irish whipped off the ropes. Hulk caught the Easter Bunny! He caught him with a slam! Is that gonna be enough? Cover is in, leg is hooked, Hulk gets the victory!
Hulk had been hitting all kinds of reversals as this matchup went along. He started to learn the playbook, and he capitalized on that.
Hulk continues to show why he is the Tri-Wizard champion. Puts down another.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
I think we might have just gotten our Christmas wish.
RJ Bishop face to face with Hulk. It appears that his message is clear. He wants the FWE Tri-Wizard Championship. I don't know what he's thinking, but Hulk looks ready. Thanks for joining us tonight for FWE Extra.